Row House. Chrissy, what do you think of the Whoopi Goldberg story? When the left gets canceled, do we rejoice or reject the premise of cancel culture? This is interesting. So this is like a fast moving story, right? I feel like there's been a lot of developments. I think it's okay to enjoy when the left like steps in it. Especially if these people are hypocritical, especially if they have been big on canceling other people. You know what I mean? If they're preachy and kind of shitty the way Whoopi Goldberg is. So this is out of Louder with Crowder. Whoopi Goldberg apologizes for Holocaust comments, then goes on Stephen Colbert and doubles down on stupidity. Whoopi Goldberg's ignorance and mind-numbing stupidity were on display Monday as par for the course when watching The View. So I guess this took place. Did it take place the same day? Like she said what she said on The View, and then she went straight to Colbert the same day. But Whoopi took it to a new level, claiming the Holocaust wasn't about race. Even Joy Behar sat there saying, that's messed up. Whoopi was quick to apologize to those who were offended. And here's her apology tweet on today's show. And this is, this is on the 31st. So this is like a couple days ago. This was Monday. My God, it seems a long time ago. On today's show, I said the Holocaust is not about race, but about man's inhumanity to man. I should have said it is about both, as Jason Greenblatt from the Anti-Defamation League shared. It's like, why do you have to pull in somebody else? Like, can't you just, I don't know. The Holocaust was about the Nazis' systematic annihilation of the Jewish people, who they deemed to be an inferior race. I stand corrected. The Jewish people around the world have always had my support, and that will never waver. I'm sorry for the hurt I caused. Did she cause any hurt? Written with my sincerest apologies, Whoopi Goldberg. She could have left it there and gone on a long planned in advance vacation. Is this really that bad? I mean, did anybody watch The View? Did anybody see this? Are there any people who are genuinely offended by this? Like, Jewish or not Jewish? I just don't see what the big deal is. Instead, she went on Colbert to explain herself. That's never a good idea. Colbert did his best to help her to white-splain, mansplain, and Catholic-splain away what she meant. Instead, well, if you're looking for someone to be genuine, like Colbert wouldn't be my first pick. Ugh, I can't stand his dumb face.
To the Late Show. Hey, Nadir. Hey, everybody. My first guest tonight is the Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Award winner you know as moderator of The View. She has just executive produced a new Lifetime movie called Caught in His Web. Please welcome back to The Late Show, our friend and yours, Ms. Whoopi Goldberg.
Is she our friend? See, I wonder if this was like a last minute jump on. She doesn't like. Was she wearing sandals? She's wearing Tevas with socks. She doesn't look healthy, which I feel like is where a lot of this stems from. She looks like, you know what she looks like she's wearing right now? When you go and get your hair done and they put on a smock, it's like a black, big, shapeless tarp that they throw on you and it buttons in the front. Exactly like this does, and you do it to keep you wear it to keep you from getting hair dye on your clothes. This is literally what she's wearing. Poor girl.
Good to see you again.
And see you again.
And you. Now, you made some news this morning.
Yes.
On The View.
I did.
When y'all were talking about the Holocaust.
Yeah.
And what would you care to follow up? Clarify what you said this morning?
I don't know,
because it confused some people.
It upset a lot of people,
yes.
Which was never, ever, ever, ever my intention. I thought we were having a discussion because I feel being Black, when we talk about race, it's a very different thing to me. Mm-hmm. So I said that
she can't be racist because she's Black.
It wasn't about race. And people got very, very, very angry and still are angry. I mean, I'm getting, all of the mail from folks and the very real anger, because people feel very differently. But I thought it was a salient discussion because as a Black person, I think of race
Guys, she's
as
Black, in
being
case you
something
forgot.
that I can see. So I see you and I know what race you are. And the discussion was about how I felt about that. I felt that it was really more about man's inhumanity to man and how horrible people can be to people. And we're seeing it manifest itself these days. But people were very angry and they said, no, we are a race. And I understand. I understand. I felt differently.
Sounds like perhaps
I respect everything everyone is saying.
she just
to me,
stepped in it, and these people
I
are
don't
like
wanna fake
nitpicking what she said.
apologize. I'm very upset about that people are misunderstood what I was saying. And so because
Yeah,
of
it sucks when people
they're saying
turn
that I'm
on you as quickly as you
anti-Semitic
turn on
and
other
that,
people.
I'm denying the Holocaust and all these other things, which,
Doesn't she
never
know? Like,
occurred to me.
don't Hollywood people know, like, not to touch the Holocaust at all? Like, if you have any like, don't they know this is a hot button issue by now? And it's like, just avoid it altogether. Do you know what I mean? Like, knowing who your audience is, knowing what show you're on. I just don't know why she doesn't know better.
To do. I thought we were having a discussion about race, which everyone I think is having.
As the white guy in the conversation here, I am neither Jewish nor am I Black, and so I have a different perspective of all of this.
Yes.
It seems to me that whiteness is a construct created by colonial powers during
How much does this sound? He's
beginning
just
of
reading off a
colonial
definition.
imperialist era in order to exploit other people, and that they could apply it to all different kinds of people, that idea of race. And the American experience tends to be based on skin.
Yes. And so that is what race means to me. When you talk about being a racist, I was saying you can't call this racism. This was evil. This wasn't based on the skin.
Okay.
You couldn't tell who was Jewish. They had to delve deeply to figure
I
it out.
feel like
Well, I think
this
one
is
of the
kind of
reasons why the
Whoopi. I
people-
feel like what Whoopi might have been getting at is like she just wants to be in the apex victim group. Like, I think this is all shaping up for her to be like, well, being Black is worse than being Jewish, even though both groups face persecution for the group that they're in. I feel like this was her way of being like, well, I just want everyone to know that it's still worse to be Black. But she did it in such a way that ticked off people and made her sound like you can't even sound a whiff of anti-Semitic, because then they'll be after you.
People might say, and again, I'm not Jewish and I'm Black, but as someone who understands, what I've read of how the Nazis operated, when they found out that you were of the Jewish race, that's why they'd make you wear a star, so they could see you,
so they could identify you. But my point is, they had to do the work. If the Klan is coming down the street, and I'm standing with a Jewish friend, and neither one, well, I'm going to run. But if my friend decides not to run,
what is the point of bringing up like such a hypothetical?
Because you can't tell who's Jewish. You don't know. It's not something that people say, oh, that person is Jewish or this person is Jewish. And so that's what I was trying to explain. And I understand that not everybody sees it that way, and that I did a lot of harm, I guess, to myself. And people, decided
there is no
I was
Klan
all these
coming down
other
the
things.
street,
I'm
though,
actually
Whoopi.
not. And I'm incredibly torn up by being told these things about myself. And,
I hate not being liked. It's the worst. Critics were not impressed with her. Should we finish this? She's got like a minute left.
Get it. Folks are angry. I accept that. And I did it to myself. This was my thought process. And I will work hard not to think that way again.
I hate that.
Have you come to understand that
I hate that she feels like she has to say these things,
because they might asking the Nazis.
What she said really
yes,
wasn't all that bad.
Well, see, this is what's interesting to me.
But she's in the woke
the
crew.
Nazis lied. It wasn't. they had issues with ethnicity, not with race, because most of the Nazis were white people, and most of the people they were attacking were white people. So to me, I'm thinking, how can you say it's about race if you are fighting each other?
Yeah, I think
So
for the crew that
it
she's
all
in, she
really
should
began
know
because I
better.
said, how will we explain to children what
Like, she should know
happened
what's gonna
in
piss
Nazi
people
Germany?
off.
I said, this wasn't racial. This was about white on white. And everybody said, no, 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 it was racial. And so that's what this all came from. So once again, don't write me anymore. I know how you feel. Okay, I already know. I get it. And
She's like, please stop.
I'm going to take your word for it and never bring it up again.
We have to take a quick break, but stick around. We'll be right back with more.
She doesn't seem like she understands. She's just like, I guess I'm wrong. I'll never bring it up again. Please don't cancel me. Please stop. It's like her vibe is very much like I don't like a kid who doesn't understand really fully what they did wrong, but like is just repeating back what people tell them. And is like, I guess I'll never do it again. And it's like that's kind of this is the world she's in. This is the company she keeps. You know, wasn't she like a comedian at some point? I don't know. Critics were not impressed. Jewish radio host Tony Katz said it was unreal that she essentially doubled down on her stupidity. Right, she tried to explain herself rather than if this appearance was just for her to apologize, she should have kept it to that and instead of like I think she genuinely is confused why people are going after her. And you can see in this Colbert appearance she's really trying to like find her way through it when really like this appearance was nobody cares whether she understands or is sorry. I think they just want her to be like just back away from it and be like, whatever you say. Just say that she's sorry. I don't think people care. You know, you just have to say the right things. And she didn't say the right things. And nobody wants to see her figure it out, which she kind of did on Colbert here. So to people, I can see how it comes across as like doubling down instead of just being like, I'm so sorry. Don't hurt me. Bye. Please watch The View. Jewish commentator Ben Shapiro echoed the sentiments and pointed out how Colbert helped her do so. We'll see if Whoopi addresses the issues today on The View or if she even shows up today to The View. Expect a healthy dose of whataboutism and excessive Trump referencing. Ooh. So to answer your question, like, do I feel bad? I don't feel bad because she's chosen to be someone on The View. This is the company she keeps. This is the life she's chosen for herself. She's chosen to go Hollywood rather than, I guess, like live a life of a true comedian like an Adam Carolla or even like a truth speaker like a Joe Rogan. So you're on The View. Even if you're a comedian, don't expect different rules because that's what you're doing. I wonder if it's going to give her any kind of self-awareness. Probably not. I think when a lot of leftists get sort of canceled or like mini canceled, whatever you would call this is like a slap on the wrist for her. She's not going anywhere. It's just like, whoosh, it just lets people know, like, you got to stay in line. You can't ever say the wrong thing or else you're out of a job. Or it's like, I don't know. It sucks. She really can't kind of like be her own person and feel her way through these ideas. You just have to say the right thing. Exclusive. This came out. Wow, just moments ago. Whoopi is livid, threatening to quit The View over her suspension. She was suspended. Oh boy. The 66-year-old EGOT. That means Emmy, Grammy, something Tony? Oscar Tony winner made the eyebrow-raising claim on Monday's program, insisting that Nazis and Jews were both white. Oh boy, you stepped in it, girlfriend. Oh, this is just music.
The Holocaust isn't about race. It's about man's inhumanity to man.
ABC News President Kim Godwin then announced late Tuesday that, so this is, yesterday. like late yesterday, that effective immediately, I am suspending Whoopi Goldberg for her wrong and hurtful comments. Woo, that was fast. I feel like that was pretty, is that a little harsh? Is that a little bit much? But I'm not surprised. Look, come on, it's the fucking View. It's ABC. It's woke leftist legacy media. What else do you expect? Network insiders told the outlet that Goldberg's co-host, I guess I can read this while the music plays. Network insiders told the outlet that Goldberg's co-hosts Sunny Hostin, Joy Behar, and Anna Navarro are furious that she was suspended. Oh, okay. All right, maybe they have her back a little bit. With Navarro saying, Whoopi is a lifelong ally to the Jewish community. She is not an anti-Semite, period. Yeah, I don't think she's an anti-Semite either. Wow. They are so happy to just eat their own. Whoopi Goldberg is livid after she was suspended from The View over her claim that the Holocaust was, quote, not about race, and is telling coworkers she is going to quit the show, according to a source. Oh, thanks a lot. I don't care about the super yacht. She should quit the show. Maybe she should do something else. Wouldn't that be great if she became like a fucking comedian again? Goldberg, 66, feels humiliated at being disciplined by ABC execs after she followed their advice to apologize for the ill-conceived comments. Yeah, yeah. You think she wanted to go on Colbert and double down? No, they were like, you gotta go on this apology tour. You do one step out of line. Whoosh, they crack the whip. They make you apologize. Oh, okay. So she's humiliated after ABC told her to apologize. A well-placed insider told the Post she feels ABC execs mishandled this. She followed their playbook. She went on The Late Show with Colbert and apologized again on The View the next day. So she did everything that was asked of her. She did everything possible, and it's still not enough. Surprise, surprise. The source added that while Goldberg is taking the suspension hard and says she wants to leave the show, insiders believe she is likely just sounding off. Her ego has been hurt and she's telling people she's going to quit. The source said suspension from The View is like getting suspended from Bravo. The bar is very low. I think they just do this. I think they're suspending her, honestly, just for the press release, just so people will tune into The View. I think it's meaningless. I think the suspension is ultimately meaningless. They just want to like squeeze this for everything it's worth. Reps for Goldberg and ABC did not return requests for comment. Goldberg raised eyebrows on The View Monday when she insisted that Nazis and Jews were both white. Higher ups at the network, yeah, you can't. Once you even infer that Jews are not their own ethnicity, like how do you not know this by now, Whoopi? People are gonna be upset with that. Urged her to make amends on The Late Show that evening. She repeated the statement while attempting to clarify her comments. The next day, she invited Anti-Defamation League CEO Jonathan Greenblatt on the show to discuss her offensive remarks and to apologize again. Wow, so she's doing everything she can do. But her words weren't enough. For the ABC top brass, Kim Godwin announced her decision to suspend. Wow, Goldberg for 2 weeks? Late Tuesday, telling staffers that such decisions are never easy, but necessary. Words matter, and we must be cognizant of the impact our words have. I think they're more just, it's less about the words and more about like the slew of hate mail and the power of cancel culture. And people still say there's no such thing as cancel culture. Lol. Words matter. We must be cognizant of the impact our words have, Godwin wrote in a memo to employees that dubbed Goldberg's initial comments as wrong and hurtful. As news of the suspension rippled through the network, it angered not only Goldberg, but her co-hosts. I love Whoopi Goldberg. I love The View, Anna Navarro told the Daily Beast on Tuesday evening. This was an incredibly unfortunate incident. I mean, it's not that big a deal. Whoopi is a lifelong ally to the Jewish community. She is not an anti-Semite. Duh. I think that's pretty obvious. she wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like, they're just, this is crazy. I am sad. I have nothing else to say. Goldberg first argued that the Holocaust went beyond race during a discussion on The View about a Tennessee school district's decision to ban Mouse, the Pulitzer Prize winning graphic novel about a Holocaust survivor. We'll talk about why they banned this graphic novel. The Holocaust isn't about race. No, it's not about race. It's about man's inhumanity to man. I mean, it's about a few things. I would say that's definitely a component of it. But yeah, she should have known better. Oh, Whoopi. I think people like learn when they learn. Don't they realize like this is the world that she's in?